Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize a God in you.
I recognize a God in you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love, we come together.
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 In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too.
God loves you and I love you too.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
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 In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, every walk of life,
Every walk of life,
every creed and color,
every creed and color,
kinship we unite,
in kinship we unite,
in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love, we come together.
Come together.
We come together. We come together.
Come together.
In the name of love. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. When I'm down, I turn to you.
I turn to you.
When I'm down, you pull me through. Yeah, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love. I'm worthy of this love.
Woo. Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Ahava is the Hebrew word for love, and as we all know, love is always the answer. Yes, it is. I am Reverend Cynthia, the staff minister here, along with Reverend Soni and Reverend Rainbow, our co-spiritual directors. We welcome you here today. Reverend Soni is at CSL Asheville. As Reverend Rainbow mentioned last week, that John and Barbara Waterhouse, the founders of CSL Asheville, are retiring. So Soni is there to help out. She is a trained interim minister and is there to help support their community as they are looking for a new minister. So, and then Reverend Rainbow has the day off. She had surgery this past week and is home recovering. So let's send both Reverend Soni and Reverend Rainbow some love. So if you are joining us this morning via live streams, please say hello in the chat and let us know where you are tuning in from. And make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and also the little bell, the notification bell, so that you can be notified each time that we go live each week. And if you are here in the room, we invite you to take your phones out, take pictures, and share them on social media. Maybe you'll hear some inspirational things or just hear something that you would like to share. Feel free to do that. So we are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, you are welcome here. So I invite you to take a moment to turn to someone that you may know or may know someone that you may not know so well, and put your hands over your heart and tell them and say to them, thank you for being a reflection of me. For we truly are a reflection of each other, right? For there is only one. We also have a vision here at Ahava, if you would like to repeat it after me. We are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation.
Committed to global transformation.
Through personal evolution.
Through personal evolution.
And what is our purpose?
Wake up, step up, and make a difference.
Absolutely. Wake up, step up, and make a difference. And we also have an affirmation for today, if you'd like to repeat after me. I am the answer to my own dream.
I am the answer to my own dream.
Yes, we are. So if you are a guest joining us for the first time, we especially welcome you. Please know that your presence makes a difference. We would love for you to raise your hand or stand so that we may give you a special gift. Do we have anyone here for the first time this morning? Yes, welcome. Our core council has a gift for you. Thank you for being here. And please join us after service. We will have some coffee and tea in our community room, and we'd love to get to know you better. So we are very grateful for the many people who come together each morning to make this service possible. So I would love to give thanks to those that share their time, talents, and treasures to make this community to what it is. So if you are interested in being more involved here at Ahava, you can contact Jean. Jean is right over here. She is on our core council, and she is looking over all of our teams and circles. So if there's something that you may be interested in, we need some more volunteers on our youth team, our hospitality that makes the coffee and tea in the morning, the greeters that come in the door, and also on our media team. So if you are interested in any of those, please see Jean after service, and she can get you hooked up and plugged in just right where you need to be. We also have some Ahava happenings, right? Yay! Our Taste of Ahava fundraising. We have 2 more left for this year. We have the guided meditation at 6:30 p.m. on September 23rd, at the Lexington Salt Cave. There's only 4 more tickets left for this, so if this is something that you would be interested in, it's a great experience. If you have not been to the Salt Cave, I highly recommend it. So please know that those tickets are still available. And also on Friday, September 30th, we have Blues, and Nothing But the Blues. It will be right here at Ahava at 6 p.m., and there will be a food truck. So if you have not gotten your tickets for these very special events, please go online and get them. And this month, September, is our grand opening of our Stepping Stone bookstore. So if you haven't been into the bookstore yet, know that for this month of September, we're going to have 25% off of everything in the bookstore. So you can see Nancy Eisen if you have any questions, and actually I don't think she's here today. So one of us will be able to help you. The only exception to the 25% off is we have a book for the month of October. It is called Busting Loose from the Money Game, and it is available in the bookstore, and that is the only thing that is not included in the 25% off. So I encourage you to get that book. It's a great book, and it will definitely help us next week or next month as we go through our service next month. And save the date for our next class. Reverend Soni is going to be teaching our new foundations class, which is called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, which is going to begin on Mondays starting October 24th. Reverend Soni has also invited the CSL Asheville to join this class with us, so please join if you'd like to dive a little deeper into science of mind. Sign up for this class. It is amazing. It is truly amazing. I highly recommend it. And also, yes, thank you. The class is virtual. It will be online. Thank you. And we also have the choir coming back. Joe Chinquina.
Thank you. Everybody's been asking when's the choir coming back, and now's the time. So we're putting the choir back together again, to paraphrase the Blues Brothers. But you need to email me if you want to be in the choir. I need your email address so I can let you know what's going on. We're going to start rehearsals beginning of October. So please email me. We have the Solstice event coming up on December 21st, and I really would like the choir to be a part of that. So just all you have to do is very simple. Email me, joeqblues@gmail.com, and I posted my email address on the community page on Facebook.
Great. Thank you. So let's get all those singers out there, right? And we have our one can at a time for our food pantry. What we do for our one can at a time is when you go to the grocery store, if you pick up one extra can to donate to those in need, we do have our food pantry here at Ahava, and that is to help our immediate community and also the community at large. And I would like to thank Jim and Marilyn for taking the food out last time. It has been delivered the last couple times to the Appalachian Regional Healthcare, which is providing different items that are needed in eastern Kentucky for those that have been affected by the floods. So please bring one can at a time, and let's refill our food pantry. And we have a great band, yes? Joe Chinquina, our music director. Lauren Dechtenberg on keys, and we'll be doing our reading today. John Dittert on drums. And we have Jeff Watts on music. And our featured vocalist today is Justin Norris. And our practitioner on duty today is our practitioner Connie Moore, who will be doing our opening prayer this morning. So let's just take this moment to go within. I invite you to open up your hearts and your minds as we move into the centering song and opening prayer with our practitioner, Connie Moore.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is He.
loving Spirit does indeed dwell as me. And I have everything that I need right here and right now, as we all do. All the love that ever has been and ever will be is right here, right now. All the peace that ever has been and ever will be is right here, right now. All the joy that ever has been and ever will be is right here, right now, living as each of us. That it is here, it fills this space, and everywhere beyond this space. It is everywhere we know and everywhere we don't know. There is one life, that is my life right now. It is Spirit living as me. That is the life that each of us expresses. So we are blessed this morning by our co-directors, Reverend Soni and Reverend Rainbow, that they are here just as powerfully, energetically as they are if they were here in person, in form. We are blessed by the support and guidance that we receive from our beloved Reverend Cynthia. We are blessed by the message that we will receive from my co-practitioner, Louise Talon, knowing that her words are Spirit's words, filtered through her, that she will say exactly what we need to hear. We are blessed by the sounds of our musicians, those beautiful sounds. We are blessed by the hands and hearts that have come together to make the coffee, to bring the food, to care for our children, and all the ideas that are behind that, all the ideas that came into fruition here through that energy. I claim it as good, and so it is.
Loving Spirit dwells through me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells as me, now and ever more. Today's reading is entitled Mindful by Mary Oliver. Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. O good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these. The untrimmable light of the world, the oceans shine, the prayers that are made out of grass.
I was a little one alone in a little world who dreamed of a little home for me. I played pretend between the trees and fed my house guests bark and leaves and laughed in my pretty bed of green. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest tree. I had a dream. Long walks in the dark through woods grown behind the park. I ask God who I'm supposed to be. The stars smiled down on me. God answered in silent revelry. I said a prayer and then I fell asleep. I had a dream that I could fly from the highest peak. I had a dream. Now that I'm old and gray, I don't know what's left to say about this life I'm willing to lead. I lived it full, I lived it well. There's so many tales I've lived to tell. I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I'm ready now to fly from the highest peak. I had a dream.
Beautiful song. I'd never heard that before. Good morning, everybody. It's so wonderful to be here with you this morning, knowing that our community is always well taken care for, whether our co-directors are here or not. And that is a beautiful song, and I love that poem as well. And the CSL topic for today is Dream Job. And as you know, Centers for Spiritual Living has a yearly theme, and this year it is Living Everyday Wonder. And the theme for September is work. In the first week, Reverend Rainbow and Reverend Soni spoke about the idea of good works and asked how it would be if we embraced curiosity in everything, including work, and talked about the idea of taking the opportunity to do good work in the world. And last week, Reverend Rainbow talked about the idea of vocation, that vocation is really a quiet yes whispered to the soul. And she also talked about the idea that it's important to let go of societal dictates for success and listen to that inner voice and then take inspired action. And she also spoke about being true to who you are. And the theme this week is living your dreams in terms of having a dream job. And to me, that's really interesting because a dream is a fantasy. And I think we get into trouble because we expect our dreams to fulfill us, and fantasy never does, right? This is one of the reasons why people in relationships have affairs, because an affair is a fantasy. Fantasy never smells bad. Fantasy never disappoints you. Fantasy never gets sick. Fantasy's never grumpy. And so living a dream really is about staying in a fantasy world rather than being in reality. So, there's this saying that it's been attributed to many different people. Actually, it was originally probably said by a professor at Princeton, but it's been attributed to God knows how many wise people over the years. But it's that if you do what you love, you'll never have to work again. Meaning if you have your dream job, it won't feel like work. But for most of us, work is, work. And we want our dream job to be anything but work. So I want to unpack this notion of dream job. And first, let's look at the definition of dream. So the first is a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. I don't know about you, but my dreams are wild and usually in Technicolor and don't make a lot of rational sense. The second is a cherished ambition, aspiration, or ideal. So if we're talking about the second definition of dream, a cherished ambition, aspiration, or ideal. So let's break that down further. An aspiration is a hope of achieving something. An ambition is a strong desire. An ideal is satisfying your conception of what is perfect. So a dream job is a hope, a desire, and perfection. Well, that's a problem for most of us because a hope never happens in the now. Desire always leaves us wanting, and perfection is not achievable. So a dream job just really can't be. And so this is why so many people search for a dream job and then are disillusioned when they find out that reality just isn't what they dreamed. This often comes about because people are unclear about what they really want. For those of you who've taken the old foundations, there's this beautiful exercise where you just get asked the same question for 3 minutes. What do you really want? And that's a powerful meditation, just to keep answering that question. What do I really want? Because most of us aren't clear. And you can become so driven to get the dream that you forget to stop and experience everyday wonder and curiosity. What if instead of talking about a dream job, a dream life, a dream partner, we instead talked about living from vision? Because we look at the dictionary definition of vision, it means the ability to see and the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination and wisdom. So vision brings in a key component that's lacking in dreaming, planning, right? How many of you like to plan, though? Nobody's raising their hand, right? We just want it to happen. So here again, we might have a problem because we think, oh, I have a dream. I don't know how to get there. I'm just going to allow it to flow through me. How often does that work out for you? Right? I have a dream. I'm going to be a published author and be on the New York Times bestseller list, but I don't really want to sit down in front of the computer and actually write. That's dull. That's boring. It'll happen. I'm just going to sit here and affirm it. I'm going to be a best-selling author. I'm going to win the lottery, but I'm not going to buy a ticket, right? So you have to have a plan. So without a vision of how to get there, we often falter. And so a vision is a way to actualize what you want to do and who you want to be in life, because to do work that's fulfilling, it's important that that work be in alignment with who you are. Now, when I'm talking about work, I'm not necessarily talking about a job, something you do for a paycheck. Work and a job may be two different things. To do satisfying work, you have to have a vision that comes from within and is not based on external ideas of what it means to be successful in a capitalist culture, not based on what friends and family tell you or what aptitude tests tell you. And in a capitalist society where we have to work to get money to buy things, not all of us have the luxury to have what we would call a dream or a vision job, right? We have to eat, we have to pay rent, we have to buy food, we have to put gas in our car. And so not everyone has the luxury of doing what they want for a paycheck. So really this vision job is a little bit different. And so holding fast to a vision means that you have to put activity to your dream and not let the outside world tell you you can't do it. And if you'll indulge me, I'll give you an example from my own life. When I was a child, I loved animals. I still love them, but as a child, I was one of those, who'd bring something in and want to look at it and nurture it, or I'd feed stray cats, and just really loved animals, especially cats of all kinds. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a veterinarian. From the time I was young enough or old enough to be able to just barely pronounce that word, that's what I wanted to be. And we had a veterinarian when I was from the age of 7 to 10 that was just a wonderful man. I really looked up to him, and I said, that's what I want to be. And so when I was maybe 10 or 12, I said to my mom, when I grow up, I'm going to be a veterinarian. And she looked at me and she said, you can't do that. You're allergic to animals. That'll never happen. And so being a sensitive child, I kind of shrank and went, oh, well, I guess I can't be a veterinarian. And so because I didn't really have a vision and I let the outside world dictate to me what my reality was, I let go of that dream. Now, the funny thing is, the vet we have now, Dr. Millie Hardigree, who's amazing, she's allergic to animals. So it's possible. It's possible. So it wasn't really solid within me. And the other example I have is that when I finally did go to college, which was a dream and a plan, and for those of you out there who didn't go to college at 18, it's never too late. I started when I was 27. Because in high school, I went to high school in the 70s in Northern California. I majored in smoking pot and cutting class. So wasn't really ready for college at 18. But I knew that I wanted to teach. I really loved the experience of being with people who are learning, because I love to learn. And I just love witnessing people's aha moments when an idea or concept clicks. I love that feeling. And I also loved anthropology. The study of cultures and of sort of the why people do things really fascinated me. And I decided to pursue a PhD in that field. My dream, not my vision, was to teach and have a tenure-track job at a university. However, I didn't really do my due diligence to discover what it really took to have a tenure-track job. And what I discovered after getting my PhD was that what I thought was a dream was, for me, a nightmare. In my field, cultural anthropology, in order to get tenure, you have to publish 10 to 12 articles a year, have at least 2 books and maybe a third under contract. You sit on committees, you do all sorts of things. And everyone I knew who was going for tenure, which is the ability to have job security, everyone was working 7 days a week, 14 to 16 hours a day. And most of that was not teaching. It was writing, it was doing research, it was sitting on committees, it was advising students. Maybe you taught 1 or 2 classes. I realized it wasn't a life I wanted. I wanted a life where I could spend time alone in nature, time with friends, time just being, experience life. So I pivoted. So besides a vision, another thing we need to have is the ability to be flexible, to know when what we think is what we want doesn't live up to those expectations. So I left academia. I became a public health researcher and didn't pursue a tenure-track job and found other avenues to teach because it's what I loved. And so I pivoted. So vision and the ability to pivot or to be flexible are important in having the life you want. So how do we do that? How do we create a life of vision? I think the first step is really to reawaken our curiosity and wonder. Look at a baby or a toddler. They're endlessly curious, right? Getting into everything, putting things in their mouth, asking why over and over. They're busy learning about the world, are in a constant state of wonder. Everything is new, everything's amazing, right? This piece of plastic I picked up off the floor is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Let me put it in my mouth, let me stick it in my ear, let me smell it, right? It's all amazing. And then we start attending school, and our curiosity gets thwarted. We're told to behave a certain way or we'll get in trouble. We're taught to conform. We're taught to not ask too many questions. And so that natural curiosity that lives within us is often squashed. So that by the time we leave formal schooling, we no longer really are curious about the world. So how do we reawaken our curiosity, right? It's easy to say reawaken your curiosity, but how do you do it? One of the ways is really by letting go of our assumptions about life and really working to let go of those assumptions. And I was reading an article a couple of days ago in the New York Times by Francis Senzaro, and he writes about taking a walk as a way of getting rid of assumptions. And he writes about another author, Barry Lopez, who's a nature writer. And Barry Lopez says when he gets to a new place, one of the first things he does is lace up his shoes and take a walk. But he doesn't walk the way most of us walk. He walks without rush. He takes bird books with him. And as Senzaro writes, his entire body tuned like the stiffened ears of an Arctic fox. He feels the dirt crunch under his toes, runs his fingers through dew on the leaves, notices what's growing in the nooks, listens to what birds are yapping. The purpose of his attentiveness, Mr. Lopez argues, is to gain intimacy, to rid yourself of assumption. And Senzaro goes on to talk about his own experience of walking, and he says, the discipline of removing assumption, thinking that something is going to be beautiful, does as much damage to a place as thinking it will be ugly. It's an art of attention. I realized that the main thing preventing a more intimate connection to the world was concept or assumption. The mysterious filters our mind lodges between us and the world at every turn, at every second, in every interaction. So it's not just walking, it's our interactions with other human beings. What are the filters that you have that label people as beautiful or ugly, good or bad, wise or stupid? So we should really leverage that gift of walking to stop thinking and start doing. Apparently what walking is asking us to do, to pay attention to the stuff of place. And it's a discipline to do this, right? It's a discipline to let go of assumptions and just walk or to simply be. But when it does, delight bubbles up like Mary Oliver talks about in that poem. You know, can we be broken open by delight, broken open by the sound of a bird, broken open by the laughter of a child, broken open by a piece of plastic on the floor that's catching the light that we think is a diamond, right? So reawaken curiosity and let go of assumptions. And this letting go of assumptions awakens us to wonder because we can enjoy the world freed of these filters that label, categorize, justify, and judge everything. And I think about this as letting go of the mosquito in our head, because that mosquito in your head is that thing that's always buzzing. No matter how hard you try to swat it away, it comes back, and it's always annoying you with those thoughts, right? Those judgments. And so we have to get rid of that mosquito in your head. And so again, think of a small child for whom everything is wondrous. Before you learn to label things as good or bad, before people tell you that thought, that idea, that person is bad. So I think the next pieces are life alignment and divine assignment. And I'm currently taking an amazing online course with two authors, an activist, Sonia Renee Taylor and Adrienne Marie Brown. And they talk about these ideas. And life alignment is really three pieces. It's thinking about what you're skilled at doing, what brings you joy, what you love, and where are you willing to develop your skills to do what you feel committed to, and also the idea of who is your community. And then divine assignment is that there is something in you that is beyond you, that is calling you to something greater than yourself. There is something within you that is greater than you, that's calling you to something. And this is where vision is crucial. To embody your divine assignment means awakening to life calling you, to surrendering to the idea that you are worthy, and surrendering to new definitions of love, success, and happiness. Rather than looking at conventional measures of success in a capitalist society we associate with a dream job like money, acclaim, and external achievement, it means asking, am I in integrity? Am I enlivened? Am I following my yes? And am I doing no harm to anyone? Those are really different questions. And how much money can I get in my bank account by having this job? How can I fill up my retirement? How much will people know me? Right? Am I in integrity? Am I enlivened? Am I following my yes? And am I doing harm to no one? It also requires surrendering to curiosity, as I talked about earlier. If you can't surrender to curiosity, you can't hold on to a vision, because without curiosity, you can't see anything new. Everything is looked at through the same tired lens. So it's important to create your vision for your life, your own recipe for life alignment or success based on what lights you up, not what the world says you should be or do. And Adrienne Marie Brown talks about this in terms of finding the sweet spot, which is the alignment of your passion, your skill, and community need. So imagine an equilateral triangle with a point at the top. In the middle of that triangle is your sweet spot. It's what you love to do. It's something or some things that you're self-motivated to do. Something you could spend hours a day doing. It might be one thing or multiple things. And what that thing is, right, what really jazzes you might change with time. The bottom left point of the triangle is skill. This is what you're skilled at or you're willing to become skilled at through taking classes, being mentored, and through practice. Again, practice, like planning, is something else we don't really like to do, right? Practice is essential. You can't take one workshop, read one book, and be skillful. Our musicians here, I'm imagining Lauren didn't sit down and play piano one time and go, dude, I'm done, right? And they didn't deal with drums or bass or singing, right? We have to practice, and practice is essential. And remember that practice makes practice. Practice makes practice. There is no perfection, right? We just practice. So the third point of the triangle is need. What is of use to the world or to your community? This is the place where your passion and skills are met by need. How can you use your passion and skills to make the world a better place? And your sweet spot happens when all three of these align. One of the ways you can tell you're out of alignment is when things don't feel good. You find yourself irritable, more sensitive than normal. One of these is out of alignment. Right? For some of us, it can take time to get to this place where it's all in alignment. I know this sounds like a lot, but let me distill it, right? So the first thing is to let go of the dream and step into your vision. And we do that by reawakening curiosity and wonder, by letting go of assumptions. Find your divine assignment through surrendering to your worthiness, finding new definitions of love, success, and happiness, and surrendering to curiosity, surrendering to the idea that you are worthy, you are enough, and you are satisfiable. Okay. Find the sweet spot through your passion, your skills, and world need. There is something within you that is greater than you. There's something in you that the world needs that only you can give it. It doesn't matter if 150 other people have written the book that you want to write. You're going to write it from a different perspective. It doesn't matter if someone's written a song about the subject you want to write a song about. It doesn't matter if someone's written an opera or a play about what you want to do. It doesn't matter if someone's cleaned a house 150 times. You're going to do it in a unique way, whatever it is that you're called to do. And so step into that. Step into that greatness that you are. You're never too old. You can never be too late for your own life. So today, this week, take a walk in your neighborhood. Don't turn on a podcast or an audiobook. Don't talk on your phone. Don't listen to music. Don't talk at all. In fact, leave your phone and other electronic items at home, or if you must, silence them and don't touch them. Just let the world around you astound you. Use whatever senses you have to take it all in. If you can't walk, sit. If you can't get outside, sit inside and experience your inner environment, right? Be astounded by the world. Capture delight. Live like a toddler. Touch, taste, feel, smell everything, right? Feel your feelings. You know, when a toddler falls down, they cry. When they're happy, they laugh. Another thing that happens to us besides getting our curiosity quashed is our emotions get quashed. Right? We're supposed to have happy, happy, joy, joy all the time, and anything other than that is bad. So feel all of your feelings. Feel them like a toddler, 100%. Fall down, get up, dance, skip, wail, whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Let the sound of a cardinal tear you open. Let the feel of breeze on your skin delight you. Praise the weeds and the sidewalk cracks for their miraculous ability to grow where nothing is supposed to grow. Delight, wonder, and curiosity will leave you open to possibility, which will help you find and anchor into your vision, which will lead you down the path of life in new and mysterious ways so that you can live everyday wonder, giving up the idea there is an unattainable dream and instead living the divine assignment awaiting you. And I leave you with these words from Rainer Maria Wilke. Do not seek the answers. They cannot be given you because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. So let's go into prayer. So I just take this moment to indeed anchor into the knowingness that all is wonder, all is delight, all is curiosity. For the one is delighting in each living creature. The one delights in all that is. There is divine laughter in the universe, divine joy, divine curiosity, divine wonder. And I know that this exists as me too. It exists as every person who can hear my voice. It exists as the entire universe. For there's no place that the eternal is not, the infinite is not. It is smiling in divine repose in this very moment. And so I anchor into that. I anchor into that knowingness. As I speak this word for this community, knowing that there is absolutely that life expressing as each one here. That there is that place of wonder that lies open in each of us. It is ready to be kindled. That flame is ready to be lit. Light that flame now. Awaken desire, curiosity, wonder, laughter, tears. Let the world break you open this day. For there is nothing holding you back, nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot be, because each beloved here is that life that God is. Magnificent, divine expressions of the one. Holy, sacred, sublime. And so I know this. I claim it. I claim it, knowing that each beloved here is simply delightful, wonderful, amazing, and enough, worthy of love, worthy of living life to its fullest, worthy of being here, enough and satisfiable, grace-filled and graceful. I absolutely know this. And for knowing this, for speaking my word, I give thanks. And I simply release it into the law, allowing it to be. And so it is.
Joy, we let the joy is washing over and over and over us. We let it be.
We let the peace.
We let the peace wash over us. We let
before you sit down, turn to your neighbor and say, what is your vision for today? What is your vision for today? Okay. And we're now going to move into our conscious giving time, where we embrace the law of circulation, know that as we give, we receive. So here in the physical room, we are going to pass the basket. And if you are online, there are many ways that you can give virtually. You can go to our website and click the Give button. You can text the word GIVE to 859-209-6996. Or you can send in your gifts, your tithes, your offerings to 168 Burt Road, Lexington, Kentucky, 40503. So if you would like to hold your hands over your heart with your gifts that you will be giving, and if you'd like to repeat this after me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava, knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful.
Take it away.
Working all weekend, finger to the bone. Now the week is finally over, time to let it go. Let go of all our worries and our troubles. Time to leave it all behind on the floor. I got my new shoes on and I'm good to go. So pump up the volume on the radio. I wanna let loose, get my groove on, wanna get into the mood. Hey, 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 let's celebrate, baby, just for one night. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the weekend. Let's get lost in the feeling, lost in the music. Oh, let's celebrate, we only got one life. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the weekend. And let's get lost in the love and lost in the feeling. Come take my hand, lead me onto the dance floor. Wanna unleash and unwind and lose our sense of time, wanna let go and lose control. I wanna rock with you. Come on, let's give it up for the weekend. I wanna live it up, 'cause life is worth living. Come on, let's raise a glass to us and good times. I wanna celebrate and make it last, yeah. Let's celebrate, baby, just for one night. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the weekend. Let's get lost in the love, get lost in the feeling. Oh, let's celebrate, we only got one life. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the feeling. Let's get lost in the love, get lost in your feeling. Oh, let's celebrate, baby, just for one night. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the feeling. Let's get lost in the love and lost in the music. Oh, let's celebrate, we only got one life. Forget about our worries, dance till the morning light. Come on, let's toast to the night and toast to the feeling. Let's get lost in the love, get lost in the music. We love you. You're a shining star, wonderful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are. We love you just the way you are. We do.
Hi, everybody. Today we did a couple things. We talked about how to make an apology and how to really understand that your actions affect other people, positively or negatively. We did some role playing with that. And can you all say our affirmation? Ready? Go.
I acknowledge my mistakes.
Wait, let's try that one more time. I acknowledge my mistakes. Because we're all human and no one's perfect, so we get better and better every day. And then we went outside. You want to tell them about it real quick, Aiden?
We made this arts and craft with the flower thing.
And they're flowers from our youth wildflower garden that we planted in the spring. And we did a scavenger hunt, and we had a lot of fun outside. So we are going to be eating snack for when you come and pick them up. Quickly, I would just like to tell you about our special guest that we're having next week. Her name is Sarah Awad, and she's a licensed religious science practitioner and a ministerial student at the Centers for Spiritual Living School of Spiritual Leadership in San Diego, California. So she is the author of a recently published children's book called You Can Talk to God, and she currently lives in Columbus, Ohio with her family. When she's not in Columbus, she can either be found hiking, camping, or traveling the world. She's been on a book tour, and she's going to be here next week reading the book with the youth and kind of leading the lesson. And then she's going to be selling her books and doing a book signing after service. So I just invite all of you to, stay, talk to her, get a book for a kid as a Christmas gift or whatever, birthday gift or whatever. Get to know her. She came down for Rainbow's ordination, and she's a lovely little lady. So I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Wonderful. Oh, wow, look at. Thank you, thank you. Gosh, we love our children, right? And if you haven't looked at our little flower garden out there, it's right where the little rose tree is, or the tree is right out there where our bench is. So be sure to thank the kids for planting those flowers, planting those seeds, that we can enjoy those later. So as we bring our service to a close, know that practitioners are here today with you. We have practitioner Connie Moore and practitioner Patty Cooper that will be right over here to do in-person prayer with you. We do ask that you wear a mask for in-person prayer. So if you would like a prayer in person, please stay over and meet right over here. You can also write your prayer out and put it in the prayer box, which is right over when you come in the community room door. So if there's something maybe weighing heavily on your heart, or just something very joyful that you want to experience more joy, go ahead and write those prayers down, and a practitioner will be praying over those all week. You can also send in a prayer online. So we have all kinds of ways that you can get prayer here. So please take advantage of it. So I invite you now to stand as we do our benediction. And if you would like to repeat after me, something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my dream.
Life is in my dream.
Life is in my vision.
Life is in my vision.
And life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I share it.
I share it.
Just the way it appears,
Just the way it appears.
and just the way it appears not.
Just the way it appears.
Thank you, life.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love 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 in a holy, holy way. Oh,
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Want to thank everyone for coming out in person today, and thank everyone else for watching online. We love you all. We hope to see you back here in person as soon as possible. Don't forget, we have the Salt Cave meditation coming up, and we have the Blues, Nothing But the Blues with special guest DJ Rice on September 30th. So please join the choir. You'll have plenty of chance to acknowledge your mistakes. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.